Teach Me Tarot series by Mama Gelbo ASMR. If you're just joining me for the first time, welcome to my Teach Me Tarot series, where I will take you through each card one by one in a relaxed way and teach you all about each card in the tarot deck. So if you watch the entire series all the way through, you're gonna be an expert on tarot enough to be able to read for yourself and others. We are on card number 5, I believe. Let's go ahead and light a candle to set an intention for learning. Do you like my candle? Isn't it beautiful? Locally made by someone where I live. I really the yellow color and the kitty spoke to me. So that is what called me to that. So let's set an intention for positive energy and quiet, relaxed learning. Okay. Okay. Here's to quiet, relaxed learning, where you don't really feel like you're learning, you feel like you're relaxing, yet sometimes in that relaxed state we take in information very well, and that is where I'm trying to get you somewhere in that brainwave state where you're not stressed out, you're not in survival mode, you're in relaxed learning and fun mode, okay? Go ahead and put that right here. Actually, let's put it behind me. So we can see it. Okay, so if you've been with me before, let's find our previous cards, because as we've been discussing, they tell a story that spans the entire tarot deck. Okay, so let's start pulling, shall we? Just relax, listen to the card noises as we find our previous major arcanas. There's one to remember what the magician does. It's okay if you don't, I will remind you. Here's one. Numbers. The Empress. Very first one, the Fool. proceed of our life, making bold decisions based off of all of this thought process that we've put into this so far. And the Hierophant comes up next. Roman numeral 5. The Hierophant is often seen as a card of, I see it primarily as a card of rules, following rules, boundary setting, going with the way things always have been. It's also got this Gemini energy, so you might get the Hierophant coming up in your reading when you're dealing with a Gemini, or do have a lot of Gemini energy in your own chart, because we got these two twins down here. But it's got the keys, because often the key to either manifesting what your latest desires are, or the key to what needs to be done right now when you get this energy, is following structure and the way the rules have been. This can be a bureaucracy card sometimes. When you're being told by spirit you need to follow the rules and regulations set and not try to go swim against the stream, so to say. You're gonna get this card as an advice. It's gonna be saying, follow the rules, you will be prosperous, just follow the rules. This also can be a deeply religious card. Often we can see this show up in love readings as a sign of a marriage coming, setting up some kind of partnership or rules or responsibilities that come with that love, if someone were to get married. So I know a lot of readers do read this as primarily a marriage card, but it's just so much more than that. Ultimately, it is, the monarch or hierarchy, or big person in charge in some religious setting, that ultimately says, here are the dogmas, here's the way that things are said, you follow these things and you will be prosperous. So you're gonna see this a lot in, like I said, love readings that are headed towards commitment, readings of advice where you're asking, what should I do next? Maybe it has to do with your career, and you're asking, what move should I do next when I'm trying to reach, getting a promotion or something like that. The Hierophant is going to come up and it's going to say, follow the rules, put your nose to the grindstone, do the work necessary by following inside the guidelines. And sometimes we'll see this card come up as a warning of, you need to follow the rules and keep your nose down at this time. Do not make waves right now. I've definitely seen that come up for clients and myself in times where the energy is shaky, the energy is moving, it's unpredictable, and this card we need in the deck to remind us that sometimes it's okay to rock the boat, make the big changes, make the big unexpected life things, shake things up, and sometimes the energy is not here to help you with those things, and it's just not the right divine timing. So often you're gonna get this card when it's like, no, you just need to keep at where the rules and regulations are set now. Don't push the boundaries right now. It's not going to go in your favor. It's not going to be prosperous for you. Or if you follow a set of disciplined rules in your life, you're going to be more successful, such as, man, I just cannot seem to be able to get a car or something like that. This card will come up and saying, well, you need to do the rule setting and discipline of saving for the car or something like that. It's not saying like a car is just going to fall into your lap. It's saying, all right, well, let's set those boundaries and discipline in your spending habits in order to save for the car. That would be another example of the message that comes through the Hierophant. So we've gotten all the way to, all right, I'm in the driver's seat, right? Now, I've set up this great set of rules based off of how I'm feeling, what new thing I'm trying to do. I'm starting to see some results from my long-term goal. Feeling more in charge and control of my life. Feeling this combination of yin and yang energy, masculine and feminine energy. And now I'm following some rules and regulations that I've either set for myself or someone has set for me. Knowing what this world, this reality, it's set by rules regardless of if we like it or not. And of course, some can be broken. It doesn't mean that in your situation they always should. And then sometimes you should disregard them completely and do what's best for you. It depends on what the rule is. It depends on where it is in your life. But ultimately, there are always a time for rules and regulations to be followed. And in this story, it's always going to be a part of your manifestation in one way or the other, even if the rule and regulation that you're following is perhaps a witchcraft spell from, some kind of pagan book or something. It doesn't really matter where it's coming from. It's saying you need discipline. This can come up as simply as, I really want to become an enlightened master teacher of yoga. Then you need to start studying and learning and following the rules and regulations to become that master teacher. Or you need to start giving yourself a disciplined meditation routine. That's where the Hierophant comes up. And of course, the Hierophant, of course, is a very spiritual card as well, because this is some kind of person who is in a high power in a church. So it can come up and simply be, sometimes tarot is extremely literal, like knock you on the head, almost make you like laugh. It's so in your face literal. So you could be asking a question about like, where will I see blah blah, and it'll give you this, and it'll literally be in a church setting. I'm telling you, church. There's nothing around this. This is what I'm giving you the answer. It's funny how tarot can be so literal. I know that's not a super literal example, but I've had so many experiences in the last almost 5 years where I'll ask a question, or a client will ask a question, and it'll just be so painfully literal that it's funny. So expect literal in all of these to come up sometimes. And sometimes it's quite funny, quite cheeky, which I enjoy. So that is lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lesson 6 from my Teach Me Tarot series. I hope you relaxed, enjoyed, maybe chuckled a little. Let me know in the comments if you have any more questions about the Hierophant or any of the cards, or any clarifying questions. I can answer them in my next one. I'm going to be doing at least 1 or 2 a month, so we'll get through this slowly but surely.